Hey, brothers and sisters. Today is May 4th, 2024. And I just have to share a bunch of things with you guys in regards to New York, especially Staten Island, New York. So I'm just going to share a bunch of things here. So here we go. Hey, everyone. Today is December 12th, 2021. And I had a dream back on December 6th. And I've been kind of sitting on it for a few days, just trying to understand what the Lord is saying here. But in the dream, I saw 4 big cockroaches, and they were lined up next to each other on top of a wall. And then I saw someone start spraying bug killer at them. And I yelled at the person, saying that it was getting on everyone, and it was poisonous. And then I heard the words Polorek, VOC. I just want to mention, I think it's important that I mention this, that the bug killer that was poisonous was an aerosol can. So I wasn't sure what Polorek or VOC meant. So I looked up VOC first, and a VOC is a volatile organic compound. And they can be emitted from volcanoes also. Also in chemical warfare. There's all kinds of different VOCs. And then it took me a while, but I found someone named Polorek. And I'm not sure this is the Polorek the Lord was speaking of, but it just happens to be that Major George Polorek assumed the Assistant Executive Director responsibilities for the Salvation Army World Service Office on July 1st, 2008, and he coordinates services for multiple programs sponsored by and coordinated around the world through SAZO. Prior to his appointment to national headquarters located in Alexandria, Virginia, Major George Polorek assumed administrative command of Buffalo, New York, with responsibilities for Western New York. He previously served as the incident commander with responsibilities for the New York World Trade Center relief operation on September 11th, 2001. His responsibilities included all aspects of work with Homeland Defense, State Emergency Management Office, and the New York City Emergency Management Office. Just lost my place. Further leadership was given over social service programming and administration in the Greater New York Division. He further served in leadership with Katrina in Louisiana, the tsunami in Indonesia, Sri Lanka, Samoa, and the recent earthquake in Haiti. So I'm not sure, but in this dream, because there was someone spraying these cockroaches with like some kind of bug killer, it was getting on the people, and I was yelling at this person. And then I heard Polorek, VOC. So I don't know for certain, but I feel like maybe this is a warning. Because this man, Polorek, he's there for basically the cleanup after some kind of major disaster. So I don't know if this is a war type scenario. I'm not sure. But I had to put this out, so. I love you guys. No matter what we see, keep your eyes on Jesus. And he promised me years ago that he would come just in time. So we have to hold on to that promise, because he is faithful to do what he has promised. Love you guys. Hold fast. Hey, brothers and sisters. Today is July 11th, 2023. I just woke up not too long ago. My husband accidentally woke me up. I was having a very bad dream about New York. And I went to text my brother, Paul, and I told him I had a very bad dream about New York. And then he said, my dream last night. Like he was saying, I had a bad dream about New York last night too. And I'm going to read to you his dream. Dream last night. I was graduating from the police academy in New York City, and I was taking a train there. I had to get my uniform ready to go there. Was getting ready to go with my family, and my mom handed me my hat. It said, The Atlantic. The Atlantic. On the hat. Was catching the 11 o'clock train, but there was a great risk of a chemical attack somewhere in the world, and someone around me said New York City would most likely be the target. Pregnant family member was dropping me off at the train. Told her to stay home in case there was an attack there, but wasn't certain where the attack would be. Before I left, there was a group of Jewish people there, and one of the older men, I believe his name was Svitz, was an expert in throwing knives. He was throwing knives, but for a reason he didn't know, the knives were not coming even close to hitting their target. Then it was 11 o'clock, and I was leaving for the train. 11 o'clock, 11th hour meaning, is the latest possible time before it is too late. And he looked up Spitz, and I believe it means to sweat. And then he said, what was yours? And I said, Sean woke me up. But I just remember saying that the Lord told me this was all going to happen, but no one wanted to listen, and seeing thick dust everywhere. And he said, how did you know it was New York? And I said, because I saw the scene from that other dream he gave me of the people on the bridge in New York looking at the Statue of Liberty. And I'll just go over that dream again. I've shared it before. I saw this group of people. They were on a bridge, resting their arms, like on the railing of the bridge, and looking out over at the Statue of Liberty. And then all of a sudden I saw this giant hand come from underneath the bridge and shove the people backwards away from the bridge. And I heard this loud voice say that they had better heed the warning. And then Paul says something is going to happen there. And then he said, also someone said in his dream that millions will be affected. And so I don't think that's a coincidence that we both had a dream about New York last night. This happens often with him and I. We'll have similar dreams the same night. So, pray for New York, you guys. And pray for Israel. Jesus is coming, you guys, and he's going to come just in time. Hello, brothers and sisters. Today is October 3rd, 2018. And I just wanted to share a vision I had on October 3rd, but it was, it was today, but it was around 2 o'clock in the morning. So I had a vision of seeing the Statue of Liberty. I was in the air, and I saw her entirely, but from the right side. So in the vision, I was focusing on her right arm for some reason. Then I was right in front of her face, and I feel in my spirit the Lord was showing me how close judgment is coming to America. But no matter what, we keep our eyes on our Savior and King Jesus. Jesus is coming, guys. I also wanted to share this, which I've shared about 12 days ago. I did this in a community post. And I wrote, several months ago, upon awakening, I heard in my spirit, Staten Island. This morning, Brother Paul texted me this. I had so many dreams last night. I just remember Staten Island. I heard I have set an open door. Just all night was one after another. And Staten Island, as most of you probably know, is in New York. It's in the southernmost borough of New York City. Basically situated at the southernmost point of New York. And I'm just going to read some more things. Okay. And this is from Brother Paul, who's extremely prophetic. And he said, I just talked to my brother, because his brother named John, he just had a crazy dream also, and he doesn't rarely ever get dreams or remember them. He said he just talked to his brother. His dream was the same one as mine I had around 2 weeks ago. I asked him if he could type his out, and then the one that he had also, his recent ones. He said his this morning, in his dream, he saw a bunch of people in a building stairwell, and he knew there was a terrorist inside shooting a bunch of people. There were bodies everywhere. Mine was around 2 weeks ago. I remember driving past a building, being reminded of 9/11, then seeing a stairwell and bodies everywhere on the stairwell. Thursday morning, I woke up with a dream seeing a man wearing a thick jacket. A woman came up to me and said, check his jacket. I felt it and knew he had a bomb underneath his jacket and was sweating. Was telling everyone to run out of the building. Had a weird dream last night. In the dream, I was telling my brother John that I had a dream of a drone that looked like a helicopter, and an explosion in New York City was a chemical attack. Then was seeing the subway system, which was the chemicals got into also. I was seeing all of it, but I wasn't there. Was thinking of a dream I had in 2020. I was in a room and was watching a group of older white men, and they were talking to a Muslim man. One of them told him, we'll supply you with the weapons if you carry out the attacks. Then I saw a map of the world, and a bunch of cities around the world had a target on them. I looked at New York, and it zoomed in on it. Then I woke up. When the Lord shows you things up close, that means they're about to happen. And then I told him I think the attack is going to be in Staten Island. And he said, I had a dream. I saw an explosion in the city and saw the Statue of Liberty head in the water. Hello, brothers and sisters. Today is October 3rd, 2018. And I just wanted to share a vision I had October 3rd, but it was, it was today, but it was around 2 o'clock in the morning. So I had a vision of seeing the Statue of Liberty. I was in the air, and I saw her entirely, but from the right side. So in the vision, I was focusing on her right arm for some reason. Then I was right in front of her face, and I feel in my spirit the Lord was showing me how close judgment is coming to America. But no matter... So I just wanted to share all that with you guys. Pray for New York. Pray for Israel. Pray for the lost. Pray for those that do not understand what Jesus did on the cross for them. For those that cannot see that he paid it all in full. And that our salvation is not based on our good or bad behavior. It's based solely on what Jesus did for us. Period. One day this whole world is going to know who he is and what he did for us. Jesus died in your place for the remission of all of your sins. He was buried and rose again on the third day for your justification before God, so that when God looks at you, he sees his son. He sees his blood. That's all you put your trust in. You don't put your trust in your own self-righteous, filthy works, your good or bad behavior. The only thing good about you is you putting your full trust and faith in Jesus Christ alone for your salvation. That's it. Wake up. Be awake. All right, you guys, I love you. Hold fast.